things.
This is a William Joyner remix.
William Joyner upon the track.
The streets gon' run this one. This what we get. We gon' make it out the hood.
I got a woman younger than I. And my little brother's on the wild side. He's hanging out, getting hot, always on the scene. And always talking to the girls, listen, you know what I mean.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
And when
I'm sorry, what?
tonight he found little brother was not around. He looked up, checked the clock and said,
Go and get him.
Or contorted from its original state by adding, removing, and changing pieces of the item.
I checked every piece, I thought he might have gone.
Bing bong, bing bong.
Until I came across a house with something going on. I looked in the window, there was brother and his crew.
Simmer down, simmer down.
And he was doing everything my little brother shouldn't do.
Why did you poop on the floor?
Then I called his name. He came out with his eyes aflame. I said, what you doing up at the tree? He said,
You don't know, you better hang with me.
called Joe, little brother. What you out there trying to discover? Yo, little brother. You gonna get it when your dad and your mother. Yo, little brother. What you out there trying to discover? Yo, little brother. It's gonna hurt you one way or the other.
If you haven't heard of Dr. Royal Raymond Rife, this is someone who's been referred to by those who personally knew him as a genius. He was a scientist and inventor, and starting in the 20s, he began building a large and very complex microscope capable of magnifying objects 31,000 times, compared with the maybe 1,700 times that were available on standard microscopes in the 30s and 40s. By 1940, he had invented a 2-foot microscope weighing 200 pounds that included 5,682 parts, which enabled him to see viruses and bacteria in a way that no other scientist had at that time. Because these organisms were so tiny, he designed a method of staining them with light. And through this work, he came to understand that living things, including pathogens and viruses and bacteria, have their own frequency or oscillation pattern.
Bing bong.
And just like a specific musical note can shatter a wine glass if sung at the resonant frequency of the glass, he found specific frequencies could be used when matched up with specific pathogens in order to destroy them. And as he continued to isolate viruses and bacteria and locate their frequencies, he also claimed he discovered the virus responsible for cancer. Using resonance, or what he termed the mortal oscillatory rate of the virus, he was able to kill it in laboratory experiments over and over and over. He completed hundreds of experiments on tumors in rats purposefully infected with the isolated cancer virus before ever attempting to use these frequencies on people. In 1934, he famously tested out his device on 16 terminally ill cancer patients. Out of 16, 14 of them, all but 2, were certified medically cured in just 3 months. Of his treatment, Rife would later write, "With the frequency instrument treatment, no tissue is destroyed, no pain is felt, no noise is audible, and no sensation is noticed. A tube lights up, and 3 minutes later the treatment is completed. The virus or bacteria is destroyed, and the body then recovers itself naturally from the toxic effect of the virus or bacteria. Several diseases may be treated simultaneously." His findings were at first widely published. In June of 1940, the LA Times reported, "For organisms too small to be stained, an ingenious illuminating system is used. The system utilizes Rife's theory that organisms respond to certain wavelengths, a theory he carries to finality by bombarding disease germs with radio waves which are tuned to those of the minute man killers. And the virus he says occurs in cancer has, Rife insists, disintegrated under such radio waves." Rife was hailed in the scientific and medical communities for his discoveries at first. By 1937, he'd established a company called Beamray with several colleagues, and 14 of his machines were manufactured. Multiple doctors used these machines, tested them out, and saw that they worked. It wasn't just Rife's word. So what happened? Why aren't these machines in every hospital and cancer treatment center in the world today? Why don't we have them. Simply put, the only cancer Rife couldn't seem to kill was
Think I'm